How everybody feeling today? You know what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comments. Y'all, today, y'all, we about to react to another video, man. With Lil Baby, man. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, it ain't looking too good, you know what I'm saying? They trying to get, you know what I'm saying, Lil Baby in them for Rico, you know, and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they coming, you know what I'm saying? They trying to come for everybody, you know what I mean? The police trying to come, you know what I'm saying, get everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, y'all, thank you for y'all do, man. This year been crazy with a lot of rappers, man, getting locked up, getting, you know what I'm saying? A lot of rappers passing away, you know what I'm saying? That's why, y'all, you never know when your last day is. So make sure y'all put God first, y'all. And y'all, by the title of this, y'all, this audio played in court today will get Lil Baby arrested very soon. By the title of this, man, it ain't looking too good, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't sound too good for Lil Baby, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, shout out to Poetic Flacco, man, for the video. You know what I'm saying? We finna react to the video, man. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Let's get to the video.
This fraud of a detective, Rico the Vixen, as I call her, who lied her way to the edges of perjury during the YSL trial, is apparently the one being used to indict Lil Baby on Rico charges. And we found this out, actually, at the Goodfellas Lil Baby Ops Rico grand jury indictment today. So we're going to review that shortly. But let's just rewind a little bit to give you guys some insight on what's going on. If you are a Lil Baby fan, it's going to be a hard couple of months for you, bruh. Because this Lil Baby situation feels like the Atlanta police, they're just committed to trying to get Lil Baby locked up. Like they can't win the case. Getting him off the streets for a year or two as he fight this Rico is their goal. Shout out my guy, Bradford Cohen, man. He's Kodak Black's lawyer, Drake's lawyer. He actually gave a take on his Lil Baby situation that I believe it's pretty much what's going to happen. So he says they're trying to say that Lil Baby is going to get indicted. We all know how that goes in Atlanta. Those prosecutors can't.
They always try to come for the leader, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how they is, man. They be wanting money, you know what I mean? They always try to come for the leader, so I don't know how this finna play out, you know what I mean? Yeah, y'all, we just gonna have to sit back, you know what I'm saying, and stay tuned.
Out of their own way. Another clown show if that happens. Shout out to Brad, man. We talk often in the DMs, and he's coming out to do an interview with me in LA soon, probably next week or so. But Brad is sitting back like a lot of us, just observing what's going on. He sees the Atlanta police chief tells Lil Baby.
And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
We're gonna hold you and your associates accountable because Lil Baby filmed a music video in the hood of a rival, and the music video.
Yeah, that's how it all started, man. Basically, they saying Lil Baby was in the ops hood, you know what I'm saying? He was shooting a music video, you know what I'm saying? And that caused a lot of stuff to go down, you know what I mean? 2 young boys died, man, during Lil Baby's music video. You know what I'm saying? And now they trying to say it's Lil Baby's fault, you know what I'm saying? Due to him being in the ops hood, shooting a music video.
Shot up. So Baby and them responded back by shooting and killing one of the rivals, and then the rivals responded back by shooting and killing 2 13-year-olds. Yeah. Atlanta PD is blaming Lil Baby for that, claiming that Lil Baby is responsible because he filmed a music video in Goodfellas territory. Yeah. And then we sit back and we watch them arrest Goodfellas for Rico, and then Lil Baby name is being mentioned throughout the entire grand jury. Like, it's like, bro, is this about Goodfellas or about Lil Baby? It don't make sense. Right. And then we sit back and we see the, the Georgia Public Defender's Office saying, yeah, we expect the Rico to come soon. We're preparing staff right now to make sure that we have enough people to represent any of the defendants in the 4PF Rico who needs, a public defender. So it's already a done deal. Like, the Rico is coming for Lil Baby. Right. But the thing is, what exactly is the Rico going to be for, right? Like, for all the instances they bring up, it involves everybody else but Lil Baby.
One by one, the suspects charged in the 2024 murders of 13-year-old Lamont Freeman and his friend 13-year-old Jacody Davis took their seats inside a Fulton County courtroom for day 3 of a preliminary hearing, which will determine if there's sufficient evidence for the men to stand trial.
So I think that we are ready to begin.
An APD detective who asked us not to show her face because she's involved in undercover investigations took the stand for more than 2 hours. She testified that investigators used social media posts and wiretaps to determine that the 7 defendants are members or associates of the Goodfellas criminal street gang. Police say the shooting stemmed from a gang war sparked by rapper Lil Baby, who they claim is affiliated with the rival criminal street gang 4PF. Last May, police say the hip-hop superstar filmed a music video in their territory and multiple people were shot.
I'm not gonna lie, this is absurdity to heights I've never seen before. They're doing all of this, claiming that a gang war was started because Lil Baby filmed a music video in the ops territory. Now, I'll be real. Do I believe that Lil Baby should have been more responsible? Because, like, the optics of you being a multi-millionaire coming to these people's neighborhood in your multi-million-dollar bulletproof trucks, bringing a lot of chaos there and then leaving to go to your mansion, the optics is horrible, bro. But to paint it as this man started a gang war and he has to be held responsible for it, it's kind of like, bro, like, come on, bro.
Which investigators say sparked a gang war. The attorney for Lil Baby called those claims complete and total nonsense and added that his client had absolutely nothing to do with those shootings. During cross-examination...
Right, he had nothing to do with it, though. You know what I mean? What it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? He had nothing to do with it. But y'all know how the police is. You know what I'm saying? They gonna try their best to paint a picture, bro. I'm telling you.
Defense attorney Brian Tevis criticized the investigation and claimed that investigators did not have any evidence that proves his client was involved or even in a gang.
I've been photographed with Chief Justice John Roberts. Am I a member of the Supreme Court?
Is the Supreme Court a gang?
Well, they're affiliated, in fact. There's 3 or more members, and if any of them commits a crime, you would say they're in a gang, right?
If they commit criminal street gang activity.
That's a good argument, but that argument isn't being used on Lil Baby's behalf because Lil Baby is like the gang leader of 4PF. He is the leader. That's being used on one of the members of Lil Baby's ops, Goodfellas, right? They're all in right now on a Rico. One of the dudes, his lawyer, who's currently representing him, he wasn't even present when the 2 13-year-olds got killed. But because he hangs with these dudes, because he's a part of, I guess, whatever they got going on, he's now dragged in on a Rico, and he's being charged as well for the murder of 2 13-year-olds.
Yeah, some of the back and forth that we saw during cross-examination. Now, again, this is going to continue next Monday at 12:30, and at that point, the judge will decide if there's enough evidence for these suspects to stand trial. We're live in downtown Atlanta. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
Here's the crazy part. Goodfellas ain't even been indicted by a grand jury yet. They got brought in due to probable cause, and they're being detained due to the nature of the crime. So they're still going through the grand jury process to try to figure out if there's probable cause to formally indict them on charges. Rico the Vixen is listed as a gang expert. So essentially, she goes undercover because she looks the way she does. She gets entangled with these gangbangers, take the information they give them, and then use it against them in court. So she took the stand today at the Goodfellas grand jury hearing, I believe. And during this hearing, she said a couple things that relates to Lil Baby that we have to discuss, all right? So let's get into it.
All right, and this investigation began with your looking at the certain Instagram page, and whose was that?
The Instagram page belonged to Keontae Sanders, also known as Midnight.
Okay. And while looking at that page, you found some direct message communications, one of which showed a disappearing message between Mr. Sanders and somebody named Mr. Smith.
Once I received his Instagram returns back, yes.
Okay, and then what did that message consist of?
It was a photo that Mr. Smith had taken of himself, but had put the word J-Shot across it and sent it in the disappearing message mode.
Just a brief interruption. Being a criminal is so difficult, bro. And I hope all you criminals and street dudes is listening, bro. She just said that they recovered the messages that was sent in disappearing mode.
Yeah, that's, hey, they be on one.
Be thinking that things like Snapchat and Instagram disappearing mode, those things are Fed-proof. They're not Fed-proof at all, bro. Being a criminal is so hard nowadays, bro. The messages that quote-unquote disappeared on Instagram for you is still being hosted. And they was able to pull the messages that was sent in disappearing mode, self-snitching, and use it to indict them on a Rico. Oh, my.
Oh,
Yo, the streets
man.
is cold, bro.
And this is what's coming up now is already admitted into evidence. Is this the message that was sent?
It is.
And so that was Martavius Smith sent that to Mr. Sanders.
He did.
All right, now, what was significant about that to you?
I knew that Jay Shot or John Smith was a close associate of the leader of 4PF, Dominique Lil Baby Jones.
And 4PF, as you testified already, was a gang that you recognized as being in a rivalry with the Goodfellas, and in particular, the only Minor Family subset of the Goodfellas?
And their associates, yes.
Okay. And how did you know this about John J. Shot Smith, that he was a member of 4PF?
He can be seen out there on his Instagram. He can be seen pictured with Mr. Jones. He frequents the area where the homicide occurred as well. He's filmed a music video out there.
I hope you rappers is listening. This is such an eye-opener. If, let's say, you have a homie, right? And your homie, let's say he comes around, he's repping the squad 4PF, but your homie has some side beef, and your homie's got homies of himself. If your homie gets killed by, let's say, his ops, and then your homie's homies come back and kill somebody, and a gang war ignite, you're now the crime boss, even though you have nothing to do with whatever personal beef he has with those people, and his homies is involved. You are now automatically involved because he's in your entourage, and you brought him around, and he's in the music videos, and he's around you, and he's banging 4PF for the clout. You are now involved, and they're going to include you as a gang leader and say that you are the catalyst for a gang war that had nothing to do with you. These people cold, man.
All right, so you saw this video, and then you saw that the artist that's depicted in this video, John J. Shot Smith, was also the person depicted in the disappearing message. And on what day was that message sent?
Sent on June 30th. I believe it was read on July 1st.
From what I've gathered, it's unclear why they sent J-Shot pictures and disappearing messages. I'm not sure, all right, because J-Shot is still alive and well. Maybe they were plotting on J-Shot, but nonetheless, though, they have those messages. Now, they also have a wiretap of them having a conversation. Now, on that wiretap, though, one of them actually implicated Lil Baby and said they feel like Lil Baby got money on their heads.
Sanders, the wiretap target, an unidentified gentleman that goes by the...
Oh, so Lil Baby's crew didn't have a wiretap. It was his ops that had a wiretap. And they were saying that they think that Lil Baby put a bounty on their head.
Unc, or he's being referred to as Unc.
I'm going to object to this slide again. If they're about to play the call, but her conclusions and her interpretation is not the evidence.
Well, I think she was just identifying who was on the call, so I'm going to overrule. Go ahead.
Okay.
What's up? Oh, what's going on? Man, them folks, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks. I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unc, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's...
Yeah. They got Lil Baby's name in there. Man.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
To me, this is nonsense and BS, bruh. Ops being paranoid because they are out here harming people who are close to me, being paranoid that me, the bagman, me, the rich rapper, may have some money on their heads because they're doing foul things. That's y'all proof that I'm involved.
That's what I'm saying. They trying to put him in a Rico for that? Just because your op say that, you know what I mean? That don't mean that's what it is. You know what I mean? So y'all trying to bring me in because of that? That don't make sense. But like I said, man, that's what the police be doing. They try to paint a picture, bruh, that don't seem what it is. They try to paint a picture. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I think it's insane, bruh.
Yeah,
right?
it is
now,
insane.
Listen, bruh. At this point, bro, we gotta stop using like Burrito the Vixen as a gang expert or as anybody credible, bruh. Like, have y'all forgotten like the YSL trial when even the judge got frustrated at Burrito because Burrito was on that stand, bruh, spewing nonsense, dodging questions, being uncredible?
Right.
Mr. Chart asked you a very specific question, and you seem to have answered in a way that surprises everybody. So we need to get some clarity from you. Okay, so can you listen really carefully to what his question is and answer that question? And then if your answer is still the same, we need to ask some follow-up of you. Okay, go ahead.
In the songs that we reviewed, Mr. Stillwell claimed to have beat a homicide, correct? Or
Correct.
beat a murder rap, beat a homicide.
Correct.
Okay. Did he in fact beat a murder rap or beat a homicide, as he claimed?
I think he,
Go ahead and explain it now, because the jury's not in.
Look, she don't even know what she's talking about. Talking about, I think, like, girl. Like I said though, y'all, like, y'all getting money, man. Y'all able to make it out the streets. Get out the streets. Don't go back. Cause like I said, stuff like this be happening. You know what I'm saying? Just stay out the way. If y'all was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? If y'all was in gangs or whatnot, leave it. Leave it alone, y'all. Go get a bag. Try to move out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Let's get rich. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to get rich.
We're just trying to sort out what
I
it
think
is.
from my understanding of Mr. Stillwell back in that time, he was under the impression that the Donovan Thomas case had been, that they were going to beat it. But they were.
See, that's her opinion, though. Just because what she say, she don't know what's going on. That's her opinion. You know what I mean?
About to beat it, or was beat, or it wasn't going to be an issue. I didn't want to say that because I didn't
Well,
know.
that's good that you didn't say
Yes.
that. But that's not the question that he asked at
That
the
is what
time.
Mr. Stillwell thought.
Burrito the Vixen don't even pretend to be a credible source. So the fact
Right.
that they're now using her to indict a little bit, it's kind of like, bruh,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
really, bruh.
Really?
Now, she's at the key of this, by the way. Like, she's the one who is testifying that Lil Baby is a gang leader. Lil Baby, is the gang leader of 4PF. He's the one who started this gang war. Lil Baby got money on people's heads. And apparently they done bought it enough to where the public defender office has already got word, we're bringing a Rico on 4PF and Lil Baby shortly in 90 days. Y'all get ready.
Man.
This is sick, man. This is some sick stuff, bro. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. Do y'all feel like they have something credible on Lil Baby? Do y'all feel like Lil Baby deserved this Rico, or do y'all feel like they're doing him dirty? Let me know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they definitely doing them dirty. You know what I'm saying? I think so. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, if y'all got money, man, stay out the way. Try to get out the streets. That's the best thing to do. And think before you do. You know what I'm saying? Put God first. You know what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about this video. And yeah, y'all, what y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Zay, and I'll catch y'all next video.